This video is about She Walked in the Rain and the Rich Lady Stopped His Car. If this story inspires you, please like the video, share it with loved ones, and write in the comments how it touched your heart. The sky hung low over the city, a tapestry of grey clouds swirling ominously like a living canvas. On the streets below, the rain fell in heavy sheets, drenching the pavement and everything in its path. Most pedestrians hurried by, heads down, umbrellas at their ready, but not Ava. She walked with bare shoulders exposed, her spirit unyielding like the trees bending but never breaking in a storm. Ava had always found solace in rain. The rhythm of droplets hitting concrete resonated with her heart, soothing her turbulent thoughts. Today, however, even the rain could not wash away the weight she carried. As she made her way home from her shift at the diner, each step was a reminder of her struggle. Life had been relentless, with challenges piling onto her like the layers of grey clouds overhead. At just 24, Ava had tasted hardship more than most. Her mother's illness had forced her to drop out of college, and for the past 2 years she had juggled 2 jobs just to keep their small apartment. Her dreams of becoming a teacher had been put on hold, and the smouldering ashes of her ambitions felt cold and distant. Yet, with every drop of rain, she found a flicker of hope and ember that refused to die. The streets were slick with rainwater, glistening under the dim streetlights. Ava noticed a small girl, no more than 6, standing at the corner of a busy intersection, her face etched with fear. Clutched in a frayed teddy bear, she was lost in a world too vast and chaotic for her tiny frame. Ava's heart broke at the sight. She moved swiftly through the downpour, her feet splashing in puddles. "Hey there, sweetie," Ava said, crouching down to the girl's level. "Are you lost?" The little girl nodded, tears mingling with raindrops on her cheeks. "I can find my mommy." Her voice trembled like the distant thunder. "Let us find her together," Ava reassured, extending her hand. "What is her name?" "Lily," she sniffled, clutching her teddy bear tighter as though it were her only lifeline. Ava could sense the fear radiating off her, and her own heart ached with the memory of childhood worries that had felt insurmountable. "Lily, I promise we'll find her," Ava said firmly. With a new sense of purpose, she took Lily's hand, feeling the warmth and softness of a child's grip against her dampened skin. Navigating the streets became a quest, and despite the rain's intensity, Ava felt a surge of determination. She approached strangers, asking if they had seen the girl's mother. Most rushed past, some offering sympathetic glances, but Ava refused to let the child's hope dim. "Do you remember what your mom was wearing?" Ava asked, her voice steady despite the chaos around them. She had a pink coat," Lily replied, her eyes wide as she searched Ava's face for reassurance. "Then we'll look for pink," Ava declared, her own heart pounding as they moved into the bustling crowd. They walked through the downpour, Lily whispering snippets of her life, how she loved to play in the park, how she had wanted ice cream that day. Each word formed a bond between them, a connection that transcended the storm. As they searched, headlights from passing cars glimmered through the rain, illuminating the streets in momentary bursts of light. Ava's mind wandered to her own life, filled with the echoes of missed opportunities and fading dreams. But standing there with Lily, she felt a shift, a sense of purpose awakening within her. "Do you think we'll all find her?" Lily asked, her voice small and uncertain. "Of course," Ava replied, her confidence unwavering. "We just have to keep looking, and you're so brave, Lily. I am proud of you." The search took them further into the heart of the city, where the rain fell heavier, as if the sky itself mourned for the lost. Ava's clothes clung to her skin, and her hair dripped water down her back, but she pressed on, driven by a shared mission. Then, amid the chaos, a luxury car pulled up next to the curb, its engine humming softly against the patter of rain. The passenger window rolled down, revealing a woman in her late 40s, stylishly dressed in a sleek trench coat, her hair impeccably styled. She glanced down, her brows furrowing as she took in the sight of Ava and Lily. "What is going on?" she asked, her voice smooth yet edged with concern. "A little girl is lost," Ava explained, gesturing to Lily, who clung to her like a lifeline. "We were looking for her mom. She was wearing a pink coat." The woman squinted into the rain, her expression shifting from mild interest to deep empathy. "Where did you last see her?" "Near the park," Ava replied, her heart racing with urgency. "She might be looking for Lily." The woman nodded, then, without hesitation, she gestured for Ava and Lily to come closer. "Get in, I can help you look." Ava hesitated. She had grown wary of strangers, especially those who lived in the world of luxury and privilege. Yet, seeing the hope in Lily's eyes pushed her forward. "Thank you," Ava said, ushering Lily into the back seat of the car before climbing in herself. The warmth enveloped them like a soft blanket, and for a moment, Ava felt the tension in her shoulders ease. As the car pulled away, the woman introduced herself. "I am Claire. I have a daughter around your age. I can't imagine how worried her mother must be." Ava smiled weakly, grateful for the kindness of this stranger. "Thank you for helping us, Claire. I just want to see her safe." The city whizzed by outside, raindrops racing down the windows like tears. Ava couldn't help but notice Claire's calm demeanor. It felt like a beacon of light in the storm, a reminder that kindness existed even amid chaos. "Do you work nearby?" Claire asked, glancing at Ava through the rearview mirror. "I do. I work at the diner on 5th. Ava replied, feeling exposed but compelled to share. "I've been juggling 2 jobs for a while now." "That must be tough," Claire said, her tone softening. "My own journey hasn't been easy either. We all have our battles, don't we?" Ava nodded, feeling a connection blossom in the shared vulnerability. "Yes, we do, but I am hoping to get back to school soon. I want to be a teacher." Claire smiled, her eyes reflecting a warmth that made Ava feel seen. "That's wonderful. You'll be an inspiring one, I can tell." The car continued to weave through the city, and as they searched, Ava found herself opening out, sharing snippets of her life, her dreams, her fears, and the love she had for her mother. Claire listened intently, her heart swelling with admiration for this young woman who radiated resilience and kindness. "Believe it or not, I was in a similar situation years ago," Claire confessed, her voice steady. "I had to fight my way through challenges while raising my daughter alone. It was hard, but it taught me the value of hope. Hope is what keeps us going, isn't it?" Ava replied, feeling the weight of Claire's words settle in her heart. "Absolutely," Claire said, her gaze focused on the road ahead. "It is the light that pierces through the darkest storms." Ava looked at Lily, who had fallen quiet, her little head resting against Ava's shoulder. In that moment, Ava realized that hope wasn't just a passive feeling, it was something to be nurtured and shared, a flame that could ignite the spirit of others. As they turned down another street, a flicker of pink caught Ava's eye, a flash of color against the drabness of the rain-soaked city. "There," she exclaimed, pointing toward a figure huddled beneath an awning. "That looks like her." Claire slowed the car, and Ava's heart raced as she heard they open the door, taking Lily's little hand in hers. They dashed toward the woman in the pink coat, and as they approached, Ava's breath caught in her throat. "Mommy!" Lily cried, breaking free and running into her mother's arms. The woman, with tears in her eyes, enveloped Lily in a warm embrace, and Ava felt a profound sense of relief wash over her. It was a moment of pure joy, a reminder that even in the darkest times, love would always prevail. As Ava stood back, watching the reunion unfold, Claire joined her, a smile illuminating her face. "You did that. You made a difference today." "I just did." Ava began, but Claire gently interrupted. "You gave that little girl hope when she needed it most. You re-inspiring Ava. Remember that." Ava felt her heart swell with a mix of gratitude and disbelief. "Thank you for helping us find her mom. It means everything." Claire reached out, placing a hand on Ava's shoulder. "You are destined for great things, my dear. Keep believing in yourself." The rain began to lighten, the storm retreating to reveal a glimmer of light breaking through the clouds. Ava stood there, her heart racing as she watched Lily and her mother embrace tightly, both drenched yet glowing with relief. The warmth of the moment wrapped around her like a comforting blanket, stark contrast to the chill of the rain-soaked city. She turned to Claire, feeling the weight of the woman's words sink in. "I never thought I could do something like that," Ava confessed, brushing errant raindrops off her face. I just felt compelled to help." Claire smiled, her eyes sparkling with understanding. "That is the beauty of kindness that often comes from the most unexpected places. You acted out of love, and that's what made the difference." As they lingered in the moment, Ava felt a stirring in her chest, a reminder of the dreams she once nurtured, now partially buried under layers of obligation. Was it possible for someone like her, someone who had faced so many challenges, to believe in herself again? "Do you think I could ever go back to school?" she asked suddenly, the question escaping before she could second-guess herself. Claire's expression softened. "Absolutely, Ava. It is never too late to chase your dreams. You have the strength within you to make it happen. Look at how brave you are today." Ava's heart fluttered at the compliment. The doubts that had plagued her were still there, whispering that she wasn't enough, that her past defined her. But standing beside Claire, she felt the embers of hope begin to glow brighter. "Thank you for believing in me," Ava said, her voice barely above a whisper. "I've lost sight of that belief for so long." The rain began to dwindle, revealing patches of blue sky, as if the universe itself was echoing Ava's newfound hope. Claire glanced out the window, then back at Ava. Why don't we grab a cup of coffee? I think we both need a warm drink after this adventure. Ava hesitated. The thought of entering a cafe in her drenched clothes felt daunting, but the idea of sharing more of her story with Claire felt equally inviting. Sure, that sounds nice. They walked together to a nearby cafe, the warm air rushing to greet them as they stepped inside. Ava felt a twinge of self-consciousness as she dripped water onto the floor, but Claire's reassuring smile gave her courage. They ordered their drinks, and Ava nestled into a corner booth, the aroma of roasted coffee enveloping her like a hug. So, how did you find yourself in the city? Claire asked, taking a sip of her steaming latte. You mentioned working 2 jobs. Ava took a deep breath, gathering her thoughts. It has been a rough couple of years, she began, her voice steady now. My mom got sick, and I had to drop out of college to take care of her. I didn't want to, but it felt like the only choice. Claire nodded, her expression empathetic. That must have been incredibly tough. Sacrificing your education for family is a big deal. It was, Ava said, her heart aching at the memories. I love teaching. I wanted to inspire kids, help them believe in themselves, but now it feels like those dreams are so far away. Your story isn't over, Claire replied, her voice firm yet gentle. You may have hit a bump in the road, but those experiences shape who you are. You've already shown so much resilience. Ava looked into Claire's kind eyes, searching for any trace of doubt. Instead, all she found was encouragement. How did you get through your struggles? She asked, genuinely curious. Claire took a moment, her gaze drifting as she recalled her own journey. I had to remind myself that it was okay to seek help and lean on others. I worked hard to provide for my daughter, but I also learned to ask for support when I needed it. Ava thought about that, realizing how often she had tried to shoulder everything alone, fearing burdening others with her troubles. I guess I've always felt like I had to do it all myself, she admitted. It is hard to let people in. Trust me, it is not a weakness to ask for help, it is a sign of strength, Claire said, leaning forward. And the more you share your story, the more you might find others who've walked a similar path. You're not alone. Ava felt a spark of inspiration igniting within her. Could she truly reach out? You're right, maybe I can find a way back to teaching after all. I could look into online courses or evening classes. Yes, Claire beamed. Set goals, even small ones. Take it one step at a time. You've already taken the first by believing in your own potential. Emboldened, Ava found herself engaging in a lively conversation, discussing the future, the possibilities that lay ahead. She shared her dreams of creating a nurturing classroom environment where children felt safe to express themselves and explore their passions. You have the heart of a teacher, Claire affirmed. You've already taught Lily to believe in herself. Imagine the impact you could have on a whole classroom. Ava could almost see it, her own classroom filled with laughter, curiosity, and the joy of learning. I want to make a difference, she said, her voice thick with emotion. I want to inspire children, just like I wish someone had inspired me. Just then, the cafe door swung open, and an elderly man shuffled in, dripping wet but smiling, as if the rain hadn't dampened his spirits. He made his way to the counter, and Ava noticed the way he greeted the barista like a long-lost friend. It warmed her heart. See? Claire said, noticing Ava's gaze. People are still kind, even in the storm. I want to be like that, Ava said. To spread kindness, just as you did for Lily and me. Claire reached across the table, her hand resting on Ava's. You already are. Remember that kindness can be a ripple effect. Just keep it going. Ava felt the weight of her burdens lighten ever so slightly. She thought of Lily's frightened face when they met and how she had transformed into a beam of joy upon reuniting with her mother. Perhaps she could do the same, transform her own fears into strength. Thank you for being so encouraging, Ava said, her voice trembling with gratitude. You've reminded me of who I can be. Claire smiled warmly, her eyes twinkling like the sun breaking through the clouds. And you've inspired me too, Ava. Your heart is truly remarkable. After their coffee, as they prepared to leave, Ava felt an overwhelming sense of gratitude. She had come out to walk in the rain, a solitary figure carrying the weight of her struggles, but now she felt lighter, buoyed by the connection they had formed. Can I keep in touch with you? Ava asked, her heart racing. Maybe you can help me figure out the next steps. Absolutely, Claire replied, her smile brightening the room. I do love that. Let us be each other's support. You're not alone on this journey. As they exchanged contact information, Ava felt a sense of hope blooming inside her. She could already envision the next chapter of her life taking shape. The clouds of uncertainty were still present, but the sun was breaking through, and with every drop that fell, she felt herself revolving. The rain might have brought challenges, but it also washed away the doubt, revealing a clearer path ahead, a vibrant tapestry of dreams waiting to be realized. "Let us meet up again soon," Claire called as they stepped outside, the air fragrant with the scent of rain-soaked earth. "A day like that," Ava responded, a smile spreading across her face. "Thank you for everything. I won't forget this day." As Claire drove away, Ava stood on the sidewalk, letting the sunlight warm her face. She took a deep breath, filled her lungs with the scent of possibility, and began to walk home, step by step. Each footfall echoed with promise, the vibrant rhythm of her heart aligning with the pulse of the world around her. Ava realized that she wasn't just walking in the rain anymore, she was dancing through it, embracing a journey that was uniquely hers, filled with resilience, strength, and the unwavering belief that hope would guide her way. As Ava walked home that day, the sun peeked through the clouds, casting a soft golden light over everything. The rain had ceased, leaving the streets glistening like diamonds. With every step, she felt lighter, as if the burdens she carried were being washed away, bit by bit. Thoughts of Claire lingered in her mind, the warmth in her smile, the understanding in her voice. Ava had always thought that she was alone in her struggles, that she was the only one navigating the turbulent waters of life. But Claire had shared her own battles, and in that moment of vulnerability, Ava felt a connection, a thread woven through the fabric of their lives, binding them together. As she entered her small apartment, she was greeted by the comforting scent of her mother's favorite lavender candle. The familiar warmth enveloped her. It was a reminder of home, of the woman who had sacrificed so much for her. Ava smiled, remembering the way her mother would light that candle, saying it brought peace to their chaotic lives. "Mom, I had an incredible day," Ava called out, a hint of excitement in her voice. She moved to the living room, where her mother sat on the couch, her face illuminated by the soft light of the lamp. "How was work?" her mother asked, her voice still thick with fatigue but laced with genuine interest. Ava plopped down beside her, the weight of the world still lingering but feeling lighter. "Well, I ended up helping a little girl named Lily find her mom. It was pouring rain, and I just felt this urge to help her, and then a lady in a nice car stopped and offered to drive us around. She was so kind." Her mother's eyes sparkled with pride. "You have such a good heart, Ava. Ivy always believed you could do great things." Ava looked down at her hands, the glimmer of hope in Claire's words echoing in her mind. "I don't know, Mom. I am just scared. I want to go back to school, but what if I fail again? What if I can't manage it all?" Her mother turned to face her, concern etched on her features. "Ava, life is about taking chances. Every great achievement comes with the risk of failure, but you have to ask yourself, what is worse, failing and learning, or never trying at all?" Ava felt a swell of determination rise within her. "You're right. I think I want to take some online classes, maybe start with community college. It doesn't have to be all at once." "That sounds perfect," her mother encouraged, a smile spreading across her face. "You've always wanted to teach, and I believe you'll inspire so many children. Just remember, you're not alone in this. I am right here with you." The words wrapped around Ava like a warm hug, solidifying her resolve. That night, as she lay in bed, the gentle hum of the city outside cradled her thoughts. She took out her phone and typed out an email to Claire, expressing her gratitude and excitement to connect further. Days turned into weeks, and the season shifted, painting the city in hues of golden autumn. Ava found herself juggling her work and a newfound commitment to her education. With Claire's encouragement, she enrolled in an online course to prepare for her GED. The process felt daunting, but every time she hit submit, she felt a surge of pride. One evening, after a particularly long shift at the diner, Ava came home exhausted. She tossed her apron aside and sank into the couch, her mind swelling with the jumble of thoughts. The studies were challenging, and the demands of 2 jobs weighed heavily on her. Just as she was about to succumb to the urge to give up, her phone buzzed with a message from Claire. "Hey Ava, just wanted to check in. How is this studying going?" Ava took a moment to collect her thoughts before replying. "Tough. I am struggling to keep up with everything. I don't know if I can do it, Claire. Remember what we talked about. It is okay to feel overwhelmed. Just take it one day at a time. You'll be stronger than you think." Ava took a deep breath, allowing Claire's words to resonate within her. "Thanks, Claire. I really needed that reminder. Let us meet for coffee this weekend. I do love to hear about your progress and help where I can." Ava couldn't help but smile. The support was like a beacon, guiding her through the fog of uncertainty. "I do love that. See you then." The weekend arrived, and as Ava walked to the cafe, her heart raced with a mix of excitement and nervousness. She had been devoting herself to her studies, and the thought of sharing her journey with Claire filled her with hope. Inside the cafe, the aroma of freshly brewed coffee enveloped her, awakening her senses. Claire waved her over from a cozy corner table, her smile brighter than ever. "Hey, Ava, you look great," Claire exclaimed, her enthusiasm infectious. "Thanks, I've been trying to keep it together," Ava replied, settling into her seat. "How about you? How's everything going?" "Busy, but good. I've been working on some community projects aimed at helping young women like you," Claire shared, her eyes igniting with passion. "It is fulfilling to give back." Ava leaned in, captivated. "That sounds amazing. I wish I could be more involved in things like that." "You'll be, trust me. You just have to keep believing in yourself." Their gaze was steady, as if she could see the potential bubbling beneath Ava's surface. As they chatted over coffee, Ava shared her struggles with her studies and the balance of work. "Some days, I feel like I am in over my head, but then I remember how I felt when I helped Lily. That gives me hope." "Exactly. That is the spirit. You transform the tough situation into something beautiful. Imagine how many lives you can touch as a teacher," Claire encouraged, her words wrapping around Ava like a comforting embrace. "I want to inspire children, just like you inspired me," Ava confessed, her heart full of determination. "I want to show them they can rise above their circumstances." "Then you will," Claire said firmly. "You're already a beacon of hope for those around you." Over the next few months, Ava continued to juggle her jobs and studies, fueled by the support she found in Claire and her mother. Each passing day felt like a step closer to her dreams. She began to envision herself standing in front of a classroom, inspiring kids to chase their dreams, just as she was learning to do. One evening, as she sat at her kitchen table, textbooks sprawled out before her, Ava received a call from her mother. "Ava, I have something to tell you," her mother said, her voice trembling. "What is it? Is everything okay?" Ava asked, her heart racing. "I got some test results back, and it looks like I am in remission," her mother said, her voice breaking into a joyful sob. Ava felt as though the world had paused. "Mom, are you serious?" Tears streamed down her cheeks as she processed the weight of her mother's words. "Yes, I can't believe it. After everything we've been through, I can finally breathe. We can finally breathe." Her mother's laughter rang through the phone, filling Ava's heart with joy. "I am so proud of you, Mom. You're a fighter," Ava exclaimed, her voice thick with emotion. "This is the best news ever." As they celebrated over the phone, Ava felt hope surge through her like a river breaking free from its banks. The challenges they faced had only strengthened their bond and resilience. In the following weeks, the news of her mother's remission infused Ava's life with renewed vigor. She threw herself into her studies, her passion ignited. The weight of uncertainty still lingered, but each moment of doubt was met with the memory of Lily's smile, her mother's laughter, and Claire's unwavering belief in her. One afternoon, after a particularly grueling study session, Ava decided to take a break and go for a walk. The air was crisp, and the city was alive with energy. She strolled through the park, the vibrant autumn leaves swirling around her, feeling the warmth of the sun on her face. The world felt hopeful, and she couldn't help but smile at the beauty surrounding her. As she rounded a corner, she stumbled upon a small group of children playing in the park. They laughed and chased each other, their joy infectious. In that moment, Ava envisioned her future classroom, filled with laughter, curiosity, and the pursuit of dreams. Suddenly, one little boy tripped and fell, scraping his knee. Ava rushed over, instinctively kneeling beside him. "Hey there, buddy, are you okay?" she asked gently. The boy sniffled, tears pooling in his eyes. "It hurts," he whimpered, clutching his knee. Ava gently examined the scrape, her heart aching for him. "Let us clean it up, and I promise you I'll be back to running in no time," she assured him, her voice soothing. "You are so brave, and it is okay to feel upset." The boy nodded, and as she helped him to his feet, Ava felt a sense of purpose wash over her. This was what she wanted to do: guide children, offer comfort, and inspire them. As she walked home that day, Ava strolled home that day, the city teeming with life around her, a beautiful juxtaposition to the struggles and uncertainties that had once clouded her mind. Every step felt lighter, propelled by a newfound sense of purpose. Something shifted within her, a realization that she was not merely surviving, she was beginning to thrive. That evening, while preparing dinner, Ava's mother floated into the kitchen, her smile radiant, the air around her infused with hope. "What is cooking, chef?" she teased, peering into the bubbling pot on the stove. Just some pasta and sauce. Mom wanted to make something comforting, Ava replied, stirring the contents with a wooden spoon. How was your day? Her mother leaned against the counter, her eyes sparkling. I went to the community center today. They reorganized a support group for women, and they asked me to share my story. I was so nervous, but I did it. Ava's heart swelled with pride. That is amazing, Mom. I am so proud of you for being brave and inspiring others. It was incredible to see the faces of those women change as I spoke, her mother said, her voice rich with emotion. I realized that sharing our struggles can help others feel less alone, just like you did for that little girl. Ava paused, her heart fluttering at the memory. I never thought of it that way. I just wanted to help her. Exactly, and think about how many children you will inspire as a teacher, her mother said, her words weaving a tapestry of encouragement around Ava's heart. You have a gift, sweetheart. Don't you ever underestimate it. As they shared dinner, the conversation flowed easily between them, a comforting rhythm that felt like home. Ava shared her experiences at work, her studies, and the small victories she celebrated along the way. In those moments, the weight of her worries felt lighter, the laughter of her mother filling the gaps left by uncertainty. After dinner, Ava retreated to her room, her textbook sprawled across her desk. She had a test coming up, and the pressure to perform well loomed like a shadow. But as she opened her laptop and began studying, she recalled Claire's words, take it one day at a time. She closed her eyes for a moment, inhaling deeply and releasing all the tension that clung to her. Deciding to reach out to Claire, Ava sent a quick message. Hey, just wanted to share some good news. My mom is in remission, and I've been studying hard for my classes. Can we meet up soon? Almost immediately, Claire responded, that is wonderful news, Ava. I am so happy for you both. Yes, let us definitely meet up. How about tomorrow afternoon? The next day, Ava arrived at their usual cafe, her heart fluttering with excitement. The afternoon sun spilled through the windows, casting a golden glow on everything it touched. Sitting at the table, Ava glanced at the door every few moments, anticipation building as she waited for Claire. When Claire arrived, she looked radiant, her presence filling the room with warmth. Ava, I am so glad to see you, she exclaimed, enveloping Ava in a hug. Thank you, I've missed our chats, Ava said, her heart brimming at the sight of Claire. I have some exciting news. I can't wait to hear it. Claire replied, settling down with her latte. My mom is in remission, she is thriving, and it has given me so much hope, Ava shared, her voice trembling slightly with emotion. And I've been studying hard for my GED. I am feeling more confident every day. Claire beamed at her. That is incredible. You've come so far, Ava. I am so proud of you for pushing through and not giving up. It takes courage to embrace change. I am starting to believe it is possible, Ava admitted, her eyes glistening with excitement. I can just envision myself standing in front of a classroom one day, inspiring kids the way I always wanted. You will be amazing at it. You've already shown such compassion and strength, Claire affirmed, her voice brimming with conviction. What is your next step? I signed up for an online English course to help me prepare better, Ava said, her heart racing. I want to make sure I am ready for the teaching program. Brilliant, that will set you up for success. Just remember to take breaks and be kind to yourself, Claire advised, sipping her coffee as they discussed study techniques and plans for the future. Their conversation flowed effortlessly, a powerful exchange of encouragement and shared dreams. As the sun dipped lower in the sky, painting the cafe in hues of orange and pink, Ava found herself reflecting on all she had achieved amidst the challenges. Later that evening, as Ava returned home, her heart felt lighter than it had in years. Yet amidst the joy, shadows of doubt still lingered. Could she really balance work, studies, and everything else? The days turned into weeks, and Ava's routine became a delicate dance, mastering the art of multitasking. She would wake up early to study before work and dedicate her evenings to lessons and assignments. Each time she completed a chapter or submitted an assignment, she felt a sense of triumph wash over her. One rainy afternoon, she received an email that sent her heart racing. Congratulations, you've passed your first assessment. You're one step closer to your GED. Ava jumped up from her chair, pumping her fists in the air. Yes, I did it. Her mother peeked in from the living room, a smile spreading across her face. What has got you so excited? I passed my assessment. Ava exclaimed, her voice bubbling with joy. I am really getting there, Mom. I feel like I am one step closer to becoming a teacher. That is wonderful, Ava. I knew you could do it. You have so much determination, her mother replied, pulling her into a tight embrace. Now let us celebrate. How about a pizza night? Yes, that sounds perfect. Ava laughed, her heart swelling with gratitude for the support she felt. As they enjoyed their pizza together, Ava couldn't help but marvel at the transformation that had taken place in her life. The shadows of doubt still flickered at the edges of her mind, but they were no longer overwhelming. Instead, they became mere whispers, reminders of her resilience and strength. Weeks rolled into months, and as the seasons changed, so did Ava. She completed her online course successfully and felt a surge of confidence as she prepared to take her GED exam. Each milestone ignited a spark within her, pushing her to tackle her fears head-on. On the morning of the exam, anxiety buzzed in her chest like a swarm of bees. She arrived at the testing center, her palms slightly sweaty but her mind resolute. "I can do this," she whispered to herself. Inside the examination room, she took a deep breath, centering herself as she focused on the task ahead. Questions unfolded before her like a map leading toward her dreams, and with each answer, Ava felt her determination deepen. After what felt like a lifetime, she handed in her exam, a wave of exhaustion washing over her. "I did my best," she murmured, her heart racing as she stepped outside. The sun was shining brightly, and the world felt alive with possibility. A few days later, she received a results via email. With bated breath, she opened the message, her heart in her throat. "Congratulations, Ava, you've passed your GED." Ava erupted into joyous laughter, tears of happiness streaming down her cheeks. "I did it, I really did it." Her mother rushed into the room, drawn by Ava's jubilant cries. "What is it? What happened?" "I passed. I am one step closer to my dreams," Ava exclaimed, her heart bursting with pride and relief. "I always knew you would. Let us celebrate again." Her mother wrapped her in a warm embrace, their laughter echoing through the apartment. That night, as Ava lay in bed, she reflected on the journey she had taken. The challenges had been daunting, but with every struggle came a glimmer of hope, a reminder that resilience and kindness could foster greatness. She had come to understand that dreams weren't just for the fortunate, they were for anyone willing to persevere. In the following months, Ava began applying to local colleges to pursue her teaching degree. With Claire's guidance and support, she felt prepared to take that next leap. Each application felt like a step closer to the life she had always envisioned. One foggy morning, Ava received an email inviting her to an interview at a nearby college. "We're excited to meet you," it proclaimed, and Ava felt her heart soar. She spent the next few days preparing, rifling through her notes and practicing responses. When the interview day arrived, she dressed in her best attire, a combination of excitement and nervousness bubbling inside her. As she entered the campus, she took a deep breath, grounding herself in the moment. This was the beginning of a new chapter. During the interview, Ava spoke with passion about her journey, the struggles, the victories, and her desire to inspire children. The panelists listened intently, and as she concluded, she felt a wave of warmth wash over her. "Thank you, Ava. Your story is incredibly inspiring," one of the interviewers said. "We believe you will make a wonderful addition to our program." Ava left the interview feeling hopeful, her heart